you can see that is the morphological division or the classification of the neuron. So first it is called the unipolar neuron. So here you can see that is the unipolar, that the neuron have only one process. So it is called the unipolar type of neuron. So in the first diagram. Then second diagram, that consists of the bipolar type of neuron. So in this region, that is one consists of only one axon and only one dendrite. So here you can see that is only one dendrite and only one axon is present. So that is called the bipolar. Then into the third diagram, it is called the pseudo unipolar. So here only one process it should be formed to the cell body, and then that the process it should be again divided into that the two process, that is one forming the dendrite and one forming the axon. So this type of neuron, it is called the pseudo unipolar neuron. And that is the fourth is, it is the common, that is the cell body it consists of the several dendrites and that is one axon. So it is called the multipolar type of the neuron. So this is the unipolar, this is the bipolar, this is the pseudo unipolar, and fourth, that is the multipolar type of the neuron. Then the functional classification of the neuron. So according to its function of the neuron, that is the sensory and the motor. So the neuron which carry the sensory impulses from organ to that the cerebral cortex via spinal cord, it is called the sensory neuron. So here you can see that the direction of the impulses. And the motor neuron that carry the impulses from brain and the spinal cord through that the peripheral organ or the muscle. So here you can see that is the direction of the impulses. So let's see, that is the first type, that is the sensory neuron. So here this one. So sensory neuron, it is also called the afferent neuron, and these are of three types. So first type, it is called primary or the first order neuron, and it should be present into the spinal cord or the sensory nerve, or that should be also present into the dorsal root ganglion of the spinal cord. So here you can see that is the dorsal root of the spinal cord. So here that the sensory neuron that should be present. Then secondary or the secondary order sensory neuron. So these are present into the gray matter of the spinal cord and the brainstem. So here that is the gray matter is present. So this one here, that is the secondary or the second order sensory neuron are present. Then the tertiary or the third order sensory neuron, so that should be present into the thalamus of the brain. Okay. Then the motor neuron. So motor neuron, as you know, it carry impulses from CNS to the distal part of the body. These somatic motor neuron, they are of two types. So that is the motor neuron, it is also called the efferent neuron, or that is also called the somatic neuron. So they are of two types, that is the upper motor neuron and the lower motor neuron. So upper motor neuron, that should be located into the motor area of the brain and synapse with the cranial nuclei and the anterior horn of the spinal cord. So here you can see that is the anterior horn of the spinal cord. So here from this, that is the motor neuron is present. So it is called the upper motor neuron. Then the lower motor neuron, they are located in the cranial nerve nuclei and the anterior horn of the spinal cord. So here you can see that is the both anterior horn of the spinal cord. Okay? The nerves emerges from these nuclei supply to that the various skeletal muscle, and that should be control the function and the movement of the skeletal muscle. So these are the two types of the neuron, that is the sensory and the motor. Then another type of the neuron, that is according to length. So according to length, there are the two types of neuron are present. That is, first it is called the Golgi 1 type of neuron. So in this neuron, Golgi 1 type of the neuron, so in this way. So in this the neuron, it consists of the long axon in this way and the numerous short dendrites, and that should be present into the pyramidal cells of the cerebral cortex, Purkinje cells of the cerebellum, and the anterior horn of the spinal cord. So here that is the Golgi 1 type of the neuron are present. The second type, it is called the Golgi type second neuron. Okay, so it consists of the short axon and the synapse with the neighboring neuron, and these are also seen into the cerebral cortex and the cerebellar cortex. And the one point is very much important related to that the neuron, that is the mature neuron or the mature nerve cells, are incapable of dividing, and therefore they cannot be form any type of the tumor. So whenever that is the brain tumor, it should be formed, so it should be forming by, or it should be arises by the neuroglial cells and the immature nerve cells. So this point is very much important, that is the mature nerve cell or the neuron, it cannot be never divides. So after then we should have to say that is the neuroglial cell, or that is called the neuroglia. So these are the non-excited cells and forming the main supporting tissue into that the CNS. Okay, both structurally and the functionally. They are 5 times more abundant than the neuron and forming more than the half part of the brain that the neuroglial cell, it should be present into that the CNS. The neuroglial cell, they are of 4 types, and that neuroglial cell that should be present around that the neuron which is present into that the CNS. So the 4 type of cells, neuroglial cells, that is first it is called the astrocytes. This one here you can see, that is the astrocyte cell. Second one, that is the ependymal cell. So ependymal cells that should be again present into that the nervous system. Third one, that is the oligodendrocytes. So here you can see that is the oligodendrocytes. And fourth one, that is the microglia. So here that is the microglial cells are present. Okay, so that is the neuroglial cell. So let's see that is the structure of each neuroglial cell. So first let's see the first type of the neuroglial cell, that is the astrocytes. So here you can see astrocyte. So these are the largest and the most numerous and main supporting tissue of the nervous system. So they are star shaped cell. So here in this diagram you can see that is the shape of that the astrocyte, that is the star shape. Okay, and it possesses many dendrites like process. So here you can see many dendrites like process. So at the end process, they are small swelling part, it is called the foot process. So here that is the part which where it should be attached to each other, it is called the foot process. So this one. Then the astrocytes, they are of 2 types. So first type, it is called the protoplasmic type of astrocyte, and second, that is called the fibrous astrocytes. So protoplasmic type of astrocyte, they are found into the gray matter and possess the thickness and more branch than the fibrous astrocytes. So for the fibrous astrocyte, we should have to see the diagram here. You can see that is the astrocyte, this one. So here that is the many processes are present and that is attached to that the foot process. Okay, then the fibrous astrocytes. So these fibrous astrocytes, they are mostly present into the white matter and possess a long cylinder, smooth and less branch. So as compared to it, as it shows that is the mini branching process, so into the fibrous astrocyte, that is very less branching process are observed. So for this again we should have to see that is the diagram of that is the fibrous astrocytes. So this one here you can see this is the astrocyte and have the long process which is attached to this region. Then the functions of the astrocytes, that is, it fills up the most of extracellular spaces among the neuron and their processes in contact with the surface of the neuron and the capillaries. And the important function of this astrocyte, that is, it is work as the exchange of metabolites between the neuron and the capillaries. So here you can see that is the capillary is present, and here that is the foot process is attached of the fibrous astrocyte, and here that is attached to that the neuron. So there is the exchange of the nutrition and the waste material that should be drained into that the blood capillaries. So that is the important function which is done by that is the fibrous astrocytes. So here in this diagram again you can see that is the blood vessel, this one, and that is attached, that is the foot plate. So throughout this, and this is attached to that the neuron. So throughout this it should be help to exchange of the metabolites from the neuron to that the blood vessels. Okay? Then the astrocytes, it should be forming, or it should be formed in large number to the blood, near to that the blood capillaries with their foot process. So here you can see that is the foot process. The blood separated from by the capillary wall to the endothelial cell and the layer of the astrocyte of the foot process, which together constituent the blood-brain barrier. And the blood-brain barrier, it should be protect the CNS from the different toxins which is soluble into that the blood. So that is the great important function which is done by the astrocyte. That is because of the presence of the attachment of that the astrocyte to the blood capillaries. So the toxins and the many drug that is not soluble into that the fat, so that cannot be enter into the CNS throughout that the blood. So that is the important function which is done by the astrocyte, and that is called the blood-brain barrier. Then the second cell, that is called the ependymal cell. So here you can see this one, that is the ependymal cell. So it lies in the ventricles in the brain. So we had seen that is the ventricle, lateral ventricle, then the third ventricle, cerebral aqueduct, fourth ventricle, then the central canal. So this should be present into the ventricles of the brain and the central canal of the spinal cord. Okay? And these are of three types, that is the ependymodes, the choroid epithelial cell, and the tenocyte cell. So let's see that is the each structure of this cell. This one. Then this is the ependymal cell. So the ependycytes are the cuboidal and with a tuft of cilia on their luminal cells. So here you can see that is the cilia are present. Okay? These are the specialized ependymal cell which are present into the choroid plexus which secrete the CSF, and the cilia of the ependymal cells assisting in moving of the CSF fluid throughout that the cavities of the brain. Then the ependymal cells lining to the floor of the fourth ventricle have long basal process which are terminal as a tenocytes. Okay, after then let's see that is the oligodendrocytes. So here you can see that is the oligodendrocytes, this one. So oligodendrocytes, these are the smaller than the astrocytes and have a smaller foot process. So here you can see that is have also foot process, but as compared to that the astrocytes, that is the size is very small but have that is the foot process. They found in the cluster around the neuron of the gray matter. Okay? So here you can see that is the axon, and you know axon that should be mostly present into the gray matter, and that is again present adjacent to and along the length of the myelinated nerve fibers in the white matter. So here that is the myelinated fibers you can see. Then the oligodendrocytes from the myelin sheath around the axon in the CNS having the same function as the Schwann cell in the peripheral nervous system. Then the fourth, that is the microglia. So here you can see that is the microglial cell. So these are the small glial cells capable of migrating through the surrounding of the neural tissue. So they derived from the phagocytic white blood cell that migrate blood into the nervous system before the birth. So it is act as a phagocytosis into that the nervous system. Then the microglia enlarge and becomes a phagocytic in the areas of the inflammation and the cell destruction. They remove the cell debris, waste, pathogens that invade the CNS by the phagocytosis process. Then all these neuroglial cells, they are derived from the ectoderm except the microglia. So this one, which are derived from the mesoderm. So these are the microglial cell, which is the main supportive cells of the CNS. So the clinical importance of the neuroglia, that is the glioblastoma. It is the multiform most fatal tumor of the brain. So that should be occurs due to that the presence of the astrocytes, that is arises from the astrocyte, and the life expectation of this, that is only 2 to 3 months. Okay. Second one, that is the following the death of the neuron, the astrocyte, it should be proliferated and fills the places previously occupied by the neuron. So these are the two clinical points related with that the astrocytes. After then we should have to see that is the some definitions related with the CNS. So first definition, that is the synapse. So you know synapse, that is the connection of the axon and the cell body of the different neuron. So here that is the connection is occurs, so it is called the synapse. Then the second clinical point, that is this one, the nerve fibers. So nerve fibers means that is the axon of that the neuron. So it is called the nerve fiber. Then called the nerve. So nerve means that is the bundle of nerve fibers outside to that the CNS. So it is called the nerve. Then the tract. So the tract means the bundle of nerve fibers which is present inside to that the CNS. So it is called the tract. Then the ganglion. So ganglion means that is the collection of the nerve cell bodies outside to the CNS. So that is the cell body, and that is the collection of the nerve cell bodies outside to the CNS. So that is called the ganglion. Then the second one, the nucleus. So nucleus means the collection of the nerve cell bodies inside to that the CNS. So it is called the nucleus. Then the sensory neuron and the motor neuron. So for this you know that is the sensory and the motor neuron. So the sensory neuron that transmit the impulses of the sensory receptor to that the CNS. So here you can see that impulses goes into that the CNS, and the motor neuron that it transmit the impulses from the CNS to that the organ. So here you can see that is from CNS to that the organ. Then the somatic motor nerve that now stimulate the contraction of that the skeletal muscle. So here you can see that is the contraction of the skeletal muscle is occur, it is called the somatic nerve. And the autonomic nerve that stimulates the contraction of the smooth muscle, the cardiac muscle, that stimulates the secretion of the gland. So it is called the autonomic motor neuron. Then the nerve plexuses. So you know nerve plexuses means that is the network of intercalated nerve. So that is called the nerve plexus. And after then that is the fasciculi and the funiculi. So these are the large collection of the nerve fibers into that the CNS. So that is called the funiculi, fasciculi, or that is called the Lamniski. And the last one, that is the peduncle. So peduncle, these are a large bundle of fibers connecting the cerebrum or the cerebellum with to the brain stem. So that is called the peduncle. So these are some definitions which is related to that the CNS.